Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally.
When people think about learning English, what's the first thing that usually comes to mind?
I'd say most people immediately focus on speaking. They want to have conversations, talk confidently. Or maybe they focus on listening so they can understand English better.
Right? Speaking and listening get a lot of attention and they're definitely super important. But there's one skill that's often underestimated, almost forgotten, and it's actually incredibly powerful for learning English.
We're talking about reading. It's true. Sometimes it doesn't seem as exciting as having a conversation. But reading is actually one of the easiest and most fun skills to practice if you want to learn English.
It's also really, really important when you're on your English learning journey. It helps you in so many unexpected ways. By the way, I'm Emily.
And I'm Liam. Today, we're going to tell you why reading is so important for learning English. We'll share the powerful benefits it brings and how it acts as a secret superpower for your language development.
That's right, so get comfortable, grab your tea, and let's get started on unlocking the power of reading. Okay, everyone. So before we get into everything, I want to share something I find really special about reading.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What is it?
Well, I think reading can actually help you relax and reduce stress. You know, we often think of studying as hard work, right? It can feel like pressure.
Yeah, sometimes my brain just hears study and thinks stress and boring.
But just imagine this. You find your favorite coziest spot in your house, maybe a big soft chair or even just your bed. You make yourself a nice warm cup of coffee or tea. For me, it's definitely coffee.
I'm already feeling calmer just thinking about it.
Exactly. And then you pick up a book that you like. Maybe it's a fun story. Or like me, sometimes I read a book about human behavior or how our minds work. And you just sit there, comfortable, reading.
No loud noises, no social media scrolling, no phone buzzing. Just you and the book.
In that moment, your mind can really focus on the words and the story. It gives your brain a nice break from all the worries of the day. This quiet, focused time truly reduces stress.
So it's like a peaceful escape. And while you're feeling calm and relaxed, you're actually learning English at the exact same time.
Yes, all without any pressure. It's a very easy and peaceful way to improve your English.
So if you want to improve your English, finding a good book and a comfy spot might be your new favorite routine.
All right, let's dive into the big reason why reading is so incredibly important for learning English. And it's all about improving your memory.
Think about it. When you're reading, your brain is constantly working. You're seeing new words, connecting them to ideas, following a story or an explanation, and remembering what happened a few sentences or paragraphs ago.
It's like a gentle workout for your brain. Every time you read, you're making your brain exercise its memory muscles.
This constant engagement helps strengthen your ability to remember new English vocabulary, new phrases, and even how sentences are put together. You're actively practicing recalling information.
For instance, if you read a word today and then you read it again tomorrow in a different story, your brain thinks, I remember this one. And with each time, that word becomes stronger in your memory.
It's not just about remembering single words either. When you read, you're remembering characters, plots, facts, and ideas. This overall mental exercise makes your memory better not just for English, but for everything.
So by simply reading, you're constantly engaging your brain in a way that helps it become much better at remembering.
Absolutely. Now we've talked about how reading is a great memory booster. What's another big reason why it's so important for our listeners learning English?
Another big reason is that reading builds and greatly expands your vocabulary. And this is huge for your English fluency.
You know, I think many people try to learn new words by just looking at a list, right? But reading offers a very different and often more powerful way to learn.
Exactly. When you read, you're not just seeing one new word in isolation. You're seeing it in a sentence, surrounded by other words. This is called context. The words around it give you clues about its meaning.
Yes, that's what's so clever about it. Your brain starts to make guesses about what a new word means based on the story or the topic. Even if you don't fully understand it the first time, if you see it again in a different sentence, you get another clue.
It's like a puzzle where you get more pieces each time. This helps you understand the word naturally, rather than just memorizing a definition. You learn not only the meaning, but also how it's used in a real sentence.
Think about it. If you're reading an interesting story, you might encounter dozens of new words without even trying to find them. Your brain just picks them up as you go along. This passive learning actually leads to a much richer English vocabulary.
So by consistently reading, you're constantly feeding your brain new words and phrases in a very natural way. It's truly one of the best ways to expand your English vocabulary. And the more words you know, the more confident you'll feel in any English conversation. Okay, reading improves memory and vocabulary. What's another amazing benefit of reading, Liam?
Well, Emily, reading is also a fantastic way to improve your grammar and writing skills, often without even trying hard.
That sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? Learning grammar without even trying hard? How does that work?
It's quite clever, actually. The fact that you constantly read and expose yourself to correct English sentences means your brain starts to quietly learn the rules. You're seeing how words are placed, how sentences are structured. It's like your brain is a sponge, just soaking up all that correct grammar. You might not be studying rules actively, but you're constantly seeing examples of them being used correctly.
You're totally right. The more you read, the more you get used to it. You start to feel what sounds right and what sounds wrong, even if you can't explain the grammar rule. This helps you naturally form better sentences when you speak or write.
For example, you might not memorize a rule about where to place an adverb, but after reading many sentences where adverbs are used correctly, your brain just picks up the pattern. When you then go to write, you'll naturally put the adverb in the right place.
For writing, too, you see how writers connect ideas, how they start and end paragraphs, and how they use different kinds of sentences. This silently improves your own writing skills without needing a specific lesson. It's like you are getting inspired by them.
So, by simply enjoying a good book or an interesting article, you're secretly becoming better at English grammar and writing. It's a very natural and effective way to reinforce all those complex rules without feeling like studying.
The next important point is that the more you read, the more knowledgeable you become. You're constantly learning new facts, ideas, and information about the world. And what's even better is that you're learning all of this new information in English. So you're getting two amazing benefits at the same time.
Exactly. You're improving your English comprehension and reading skills, and you're expanding your general knowledge about various topics. It's a win-win situation.
You can read about anything that interests you. Are you fascinated by history? You can pick up a historical novel or a non-fiction book about an important event. You'll learn about the past and new English words related to history.
Or perhaps you're interested in how the mind works. You can find books or articles on psychology. You'll discover new ideas about human behavior while getting comfortable with complex English explanations.
The possibilities are endless. There are so many different styles and genres of books and articles out there. You can read about science, technology, cooking, travel, philosophy, or even just fun stories.
Every time you read something new, you're not just practicing English. You're actually growing as a person, learning about the world, and understanding different ideas. And you're doing it all in English.
So reading isn't just about language learning. It's about connecting with information and ideas globally. It truly enriches your mind while also boosting your English fluency.
So, Emily, we've covered many amazing reasons why reading is important. Now let's talk about the how. What's the best way for our listeners to read to truly improve their English?
That's a great question, Liam. And for us, the answer is clear. The best way to read for English improvement is to read aloud. Always.
Yes, this is a game changer. When you read aloud, you're not just reading with your eyes. You're also using your mouth, your tongue, and your breath.
Exactly. This means you are actively improving your pronunciation with every word you say. You're practicing the sounds of English, which is crucial for your English speaking practice. It helps you get comfortable forming English words.
And it's not just about pronunciation. Reading aloud also helps you improve your overall speaking fluency. You practice connecting words together, getting a feel for the rhythm of English sentences.
Now we know what some of you might be thinking. Reading aloud? That sounds a bit boring. Or, it feels so awkward to talk to myself.
Or perhaps, I will notice that my voice sounds strange, or my speaking is bad. And those feelings are totally normal, especially at the beginning.
Yes, you might hear your own voice and think, oh, that doesn't sound right. But that's actually a good thing. Noticing your voice and speaking patterns is the first step to improving them.
So, you just have to keep going and practice until you improve it. Focus on your tone, how your voice sounds, and even your breathing when you talk. All these elements get better with consistent reading aloud.
It's like exercising a muscle you didn't know you had. The more you read aloud, the stronger your speaking muscles become, and the more natural your voice will sound in English.
It might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, but the results for your English are definitely worth it.
And that brings us to the end of our episode all about why reading is so important for learning English.
We truly hope this episode has inspired you to pick up a book, an article, or an ebook and make reading a regular part of your English learning journey. We'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite benefit of reading for learning English? Or what will you start reading after listening to this episode?
For more practical English listening and speaking practice, useful English conversation tips, and episodes designed to improve your English comprehension and fluency, make sure to subscribe to English in Comfort wherever you listen to podcasts.
Thank you for letting us be a part of your learning. Keep reading, keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.
Let's go over some new words and phrases from today's episode. Underestimated. Meaning, thought to be less important or easier than it really is. Example, listening practice is often underestimated, but it's one of the most powerful ways to improve. Constantly, meaning all the time or very often. Example, she's constantly listening to English podcasts while doing chores. Expands, meaning grows or becomes larger or more complete. Example, listening to different topics expands your vocabulary naturally. Isolation, meaning being alone or separated from others. Example, learning in isolation can be hard. It helps to hear real conversations. Dozens, meaning a lot, more than you can count easily. Example, there are dozens of English learning podcasts out there. You just need to pick what fits your level. Clever, meaning smart or quick in thinking or doing something. Example, that's a clever way to practice, watching shows with subtitles in both languages. Soaking up, meaning absorbing something, like knowledge or information. Example, kids are great at soaking up new language just by listening. It's a win-win, meaning a situation where everyone benefits. Example, listening while doing other things is a win-win. You learn and still get things done. Reinforce, meaning to make something stronger or more solid. Example, repeating new words in different ways helps reinforce what you've learned. Thanks again for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more English listening and speaking practice. Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.